Welcome back to another season of the Sim500 as we are here tonight at the world's center of racing on iRacing virtually. It is the Daytona International Speedway, and we are ready to kick off another season of Xfinity racing here for the first season ever on the Captain Esports Network. You're going to see all 25 races coming up here throughout the season, not to mention for a fourth straight season, the Ford Entertainment Group, part of the lead sponsorship for the series. That is going to be a lot of fun. But first, we got to get through Daytona and race number one tonight as we welcome you in to Daytona International Speedway virtually. 77 degrees outside, 56% humidity, partly cloudy skies, and a 100-lap race, 250 miles, and a halfway bonus, of course, at lap 50. Daytona going to produce some wild racing here tonight. As you know, last season, which produced a lot of different things, produced a champion that won a lot of races. And that champion, of course, being Daniel Falkingham. Daniel did a great job last season in dominating, but there's one big change this season, the schedule. It's not as long this season. Last season, it was 34 races. This season, we're looking at only 25, which means we have less races in the regular season, which means that the playoffs come quicker, which means the urgency to win starts here in Daytona. It is going to be a wild season. It is going to be a fun one. We're looking forward to all the racers here. And I tell you right now, we have over 43 cars lining up and running qualifying laps right now. As we're already up to 39 have run a lap so far as they're just crossing the line to complete their second lap. And real quickly, let's take a look and see if I can get the results to show earlier. This was practice and showing you how close it was. Gerald Livingston was the fastest, but as you look throughout the results here, I mean, all the times are right on top. They're all drafting laps for the most part. That just shows you how fast these cars are going around Daytona here in the draft, of course. All the field. As you see, Falkingham down there, 33rd. Yes, he's racing here tonight. Tommy Ryan, 35th. How about Doy Woods there, 37th. Anthony Calantoni in 39th. There's going to be cars here in just a few seconds when they take the green here for this heat race. That might not make the field when it's all over with tonight. It's going to be wild, to say the least, into this evening. Now, we talked about last season. Of course, the schedule, yes, that has changed. However, the points last season, obviously, as I mentioned, Falkingham won that. However, it was it might seem with ease when you look at the standings because he had 13 wins and 29 starts. But in the end, he only won by 1 point over Kevin Brown with the playoffs. Of course, Bob Gillenwater finished third. Scott Simley was the fourth and final driver there in the playoffs. But we had tons of different winners throughout the season. As a matter of fact, we had, as I'm counting right now, was it 12 different winners in those 34 races that happened in the season. So a lot of things are going to happen, and we're looking forward to Daytona here this evening. But first, we're going to run a little heat race with all the cars that did not run a fast enough lap, and you're going to see something very interesting here in just a moment. We're going to show you the 5 cars. And look at the guy starting fourth. The champion from last season, Daniel Falkingham, is starting fourth in a heat race to try to get in to this 100-lap, 250-mile Ford Entertainment Group race here in moments. So they are gridding up right now. Let's jump down to it and get you ready for it. There are the cars right there on the grid. Now, what is on the line this season? Well, it's a little different than maybe what you're used to. This season, instead of awarding champions and those who run the most laps or that lead the most laps or win the most races, those traditional type of things, a little different this season. The driver who completes the most laps in the 2022 Ford Entertainment Group Xfinity Series will win a brand new Fanatec CSL Direct Drive wheel. Now, that's a pretty big deal. You got to run the most laps, though, and that starts tonight. You got to run all 100 laps in this race to have a shot at this, because I have a feeling that near the end of the season, it is going to take probably 95% at least laps run to win that wheel. So I'm looking to see, and we're going to try to keep track of it throughout the season. It will be a stat that I will actually throw up throughout the season, and that will be who runs the most laps throughout the season. But, of course, tonight it'll be a little easy to judge because it's 100 laps, and if you finish on the lead lap and obviously win the race, then you run all the laps. So it'll get harder as we go on into the season. So Jared Edwards, he will start on the pole here as they're just waiting for all 5 cars to grid. Ted Hutchinson will start there on his outside in the purple and black number 80. And, of course, J.C. Windsor and Randy Yoakum. It looks like, actually, as I'm seeing this, did Falkingham not grid? So we might be down to 4 cars already trying to grid for this race. So I find that to be interesting. Appreciate everybody joining us here tonight on the network. Of course, if you're new, hit that subscribe button. If you're not so new, then you can, of course, share with your friends and get them out there to join us here tonight. So Daniel did not take the grid, so I'm going to assume. Now, I'm still learning a lot about this league. I joined as the Super Speedway Series broadcaster, and I've had to read up on some rules and kind of get used to things. I know one thing's for sure, these guys do not play around when it comes to the racing, looking over the sporting codes and that kind of thing. Last chance qualifier coming up here will be all of, I believe, 5 laps. 8 laps. All of 8 laps that they're going to run here this evening in this race. So 4 cars going 8 laps. And we'll go green this time by. Let's as we come to the green flag, I'm going to take an opportunity here. We're going to talk to a couple of drivers throughout the race this evening as the pace car is off. Green flag is out. Here we go from Daytona with a heat race. Almost maybe a borderline tandem race here. Right off the bat, the 3 cars down on the inside. Going to take the run away from that 80 car up there in that top groove as they go single file here for 8 laps. You could pretty much run single file all the way around here until the last lap, being in this position and have a chance to win it. I'm going to go get Pedro, the champion from the Super Speedway Series. I'm going to bring him over to join me as we watch this heat race. Pedro, you got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, Pedro. Obviously, you were the king of the Super Speedways just a couple weeks ago, and now you're here back at Daytona with a lot more cars. What's it going to take tonight in this Xfinity Series to get a win?
Pretty much like how the Super Speedway Series went for me is all about survival. That's going to be the biggest thing, man, is surviving the carnage that'll happen in the race. That is going to happen for sure. So just avoiding all that stuff and making sure I have a clean car and hopefully be there at the end and have an opportunity to win.
As we see Yoakum getting pushed there by the 80 of Hutchinson up there to the front. Obviously, we're seeing a lot of cars here tonight. 43 cars as the 45 gets out of shape there. He's still trying to hold on to her and go spinning. When you watch this and you get out there and you draft and practice, what all did you learn out there that can help you for tonight?
Sorry about that.
That's all right. What'd you learn tonight so far?
It's going to be sketch pushing people. You need to be careful when you push. Car gets a little light when you're pushing, when you're behind somebody. So could see potential for carnage because of that. Just difficult to hold the line. So.
Is the air moving around a lot tonight?
See, I don't know if it's just something with the setup. I don't know, when we were practicing out there, it just seemed like it was a little bit more harder to hold in place while trying to push and race. So everybody's gonna have to be heads up as they push and just make sure try to hold the line the best they can, or there's gonna be big wrecks. So that's something to keep an eye out for as people are pushing each other to get the lead and whatnot.
There you go, man. Well, we're looking forward to the fun. Just wanted to talk to you again. Being the Super Speedway champion, figured you'd be the first guy to talk to here about what we're going to see tonight. So best of luck with everybody in your team name channel and also yourself. And who knows, maybe in 25 races we'll be talking another championship up here.
Hopefully. I appreciate it. And hope we can put on a good show for you.
There you go, brother. Be safe.
Thanks.
Pedro Mojica, the champion of the Super Speedway Series that you saw here on the Captain Esports Network just a few weeks ago, as we're here this season for all 25 races as we complete the halfway point in this heat race. Yoakum leading Hutchinson. You saw Edwards. He went to pit road, unfortunately involved in an accident there, caught the apron and got himself all tangled up a little bit with that. So tonight, 100% fuel, as I mentioned, 100 laps, 50 from the halfway point, and 38 cars advanced to the main event. And the top 5 from the heat race did make it, so I mistakenly said that the top 5 would, or there might be somebody going home. There actually will not be anyone going home, as we have the 5 cars right here in this race, so all 5 will start. So you could almost maybe call this like a pit party, maybe, to a point. Three laps to go. Let's find another driver to talk to here. While we have a second, we got a lot of drivers here, as I mentioned, ready to get going. I'm looking over at the Discord channel. There's a lot of people here. Let's grab the champion from last season, who's off the track right now, the 39 car of Daniel Falkingham. He is hanging out right now, probably getting himself all ready to go. Daniel, obviously, issues here or something in the race, but obviously going to be starting the main event, though. But getting ready to back up this championship potentially tonight. What is going to be the key to get out of Daytona?
Survive and be there at the end when it all counts. I kind of wanted to start in the back anyway, just because I feel there's a lot of new names I don't recognize, so I feel like there's going to be some early carnage. So I kind of parked it early in the heat race just so I could start 43rd and just let everyone else sort themselves out. But hopefully hopefully we can come away with a win. I know my luck at restrictor plate races are not too good, but as long as we're there in the final 20 laps, we should have a shot.
So you are one that I learned in the Super Speedway Series. You were very aggressive. You guys like to push, and you were one that liked to push people out to the front, and especially Kevin Brown liked to push you a little bit too, as we learned. But how do you balance that out, being you're going to be 43rd starting this race and knowing you really can't really push anyone?
Yeah, you definitely got to be very cautious, especially when there's like 42 other guys in front of you, and plus there's a lot of people that you probably don't know that are going to be starting back there with you. So, yeah, it's definitely going to try to – I definitely want to get with my teammates, get up there with Kevin, get up there with Chad, David, Pedro, Beasley, all those guys, because those are guys I trust. And maybe mix it up there with like Fuller, Trey Edson, EJ, and all those guys too. So as long as I can get to people with trust, or as long as I can find people that I can trust, I know I can be a little bit more aggressive with pushing and stuff. But right now it's going to be all about riding this first 50 laps. But I definitely want to be there when there's halfway point on the line too. So definitely going to be a race all about patience. As we got some beating banging.
Yeah, they're hitting each other up here.
But yeah, I should just call the finish. Look at them. They're swerving 3 wide. They're banging doors. Oh, they're wrecking Randy over through the grass. Oh, man, he almost won it through the grass there. Man, what a race. But as I was saying, this race is going to be all about patience and stuff. So hopefully being there at the end. And once I find my people, find my teammates, I'll definitely get more aggressive with the pushing and stuff.
You forgot to say who won.
Yeah. Yeah, that was, I just lost my train of thought there. But that was crazy.
Oh, man, nice job, Daniel. Well, hey, appreciate your time, man. Go get yourself a win tonight.
All right, thanks, Chris. Enjoy the show.
Yes, sir. That is Daniel Falkingham, the champion from last season. Let's see if he can back it up again this season. He'll be starting shotgun on the field. Of course, you learned earlier today what happens when you start shotgun on the field. Good things can happen sometimes. So We'll see what happens there. But yes, it was the 80 car going to victory lane. Congratulations to him. He actually fell to the back himself in the heat race. And went all the way back to the front. So now you get a little 3-minute warm-up. Everybody's going to get a chance to see their pit stalls and stuff. Ted Hutchinson going to victory lane in that first race. Let's see how Ted feels real quick. Hey, Ted, you got a copy?
Roger that. Got you, man.
All right, well, you're the best of 5 cars so far. Can you be the best of 43 more?
Oh, man, you know what? We're new here, so my biggest thing was just trying to stay out of trouble and, get to earn some people's trust, and we'll take it from there. But that was fun. Still fun just to get out there and at least lead a few laps for our team.
What have you learned so far here in this first practice? You had about an hour and a half or so of practice time.
Yeah, I think it's just typical Daytona. Everybody's going to there's either one or two plans. Either you plan to stay up front, or you plan to be in the back, or you plan to be in the Calamity. So I think based on where we're going to start and where we're at and what we're trying to accomplish, we're just going to kind of hang out, ride around, let the cards fall where they will, and hopefully we can bring our Support Fibro team into victory lane, or at least a podium or something like that. Who knows? We'll see.
Nothing wrong with that, man. Well, hey, best of luck. Congratulations. You have the most wins so far this season out of everybody.
We'll see how long that lasts. Can we end it now?
Hey, you never know. So, hey, rain's coming. I hear it is Florida, and it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon probably. So, hey, best of luck.
Thank you.
You too. That is Ted Hutchinson, the winner of the heat race there. We're going to talk to him. Which channel again for you? I get to learn all these people again.
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm twitch.tv/thatgamingdad.
Yeah, he's online too, apparently. What Discord channel?
TGD Racing.
TGD. And make sure you go check out the gaming dad on Twitch. You guys
Thanks,
have a
guys.
channel? Yeah, no problem. There he is. All right. TGD, that makes sense. The gaming dad. Technically, I could be that guy now, right? Hey, everybody practicing their pit stops, looking for pit stalls. Pretty smart move on everybody's part. Oh, contact outside their teammates. And there goes the luck of the winner right there. All right, so we are all done with the fun. Well, it's going to be fun no matter what, but the fun part of the warm-up as we now go down to the grid for the starting lineup for round number 1 here in Daytona. Tommy Ryan, I predicted it before he even went on the air. I was joking with a couple guys in chat. I said, so Tommy's likely on the pole tonight, right? There he is, Tommy Ryan on the pole alongside his brother, Jeff. They will start 1 and 2. Tyler Dalton, who said he had a shot at the pole, he's going to start 3rd. So teammates 1, 2, 3, unacceptable racing alongside Pedro Mojica, the champion of the Super Speedway Series. Jimmy Coleman, Trey Eidson will start there in row number 3. Chad Coleman, Bob Gillenwater, they will take row number 4. Justin Fuller and former Truck Series driver Donnie Leah, a winner at Mansfield before it became dirt. He starts there in row number 5. Chris Jabot and Kevin D. Brown will start there in row number 6. Row 7, Richard Beasley and E.J. O'Rourke, the New England driver there. Charles Woods and Doy Woods will take row number 8. Stay out of the woods. Literally, row number 8. Row 9, Mike Kelly and David Comstock. Row number 10, Scott Simley, Josh Adams. They will take the 10th row. Mike Montse and Eric Arnold. Row number 11. Row 12, Paul Crumry and Brandon Key. Row 13, Steve Ritter and the Rhinestone Cowboy. It's the one time I'm going to say it. Glenn Campbell. If you don't know old school country music, go check it out. John Fowler and Anthony Calantoni in row number 14. Row 15, Marcus Frichtenick. I learned how to say it, and I think I got it right. Gerald Livingston in the 30th position. 31st and 32nd, John Mustian Jr. and Doug Sigmund. 33rd, 34th, Michael Ledford and Kevin England. And Ron Holyfield, Chuck Sweeting in the 18th row, Mark Creighton, Scott Stenzel in row number 19. As a matter of fact, I believe Scott Stenzel used to race a Truck Series race before. And now the rest of your heat racers. Ted Hutchinson, Randy Yoakum there in row number 20. 21 is J.C. Windsor and Jarrett Edwards. And Daniel Falkingham, the champion, going to start in the 43rd in last position. As the cars are out. Behind the iRacing Ghost 4X pace car. I got my feet wet with the series during the Super Speedway run. And somehow the owner, Joey Jettina, decided to call me back and said, hey, come back and do the Xfinity Series. I appreciate it. Here we are tonight on the Captain Esports Network, about to have some fun for 25 races and crown a champion for the FEG Xfinity Series and Sim500 Green from Daytona. And right off the bat, the Unacceptable Racing guys going to work. Tommy Ryan going to jump up in front of his brother, who's got the old school Mountain Dew paint. Tyler Dalton in that 19 car going to jump right out to the lead with the 54 there behind him of Coleman. Should mention our cameras tonight presented by TrackCams 4 Gourmet. You can always check them out online, trackcams22.com. They're also in the iRacing forums and on Facebook. You will see the closest thing to real-life racing cameras. I love that sound. Tonight. And through the tri-oval, lap 1 goes to somebody from Unacceptable Racing. Should update the 98 of John Mustian Jr. did not make the start. He is actually going through the tri-oval right now, so already a half a lap down. As Jeff pushes his brother out there to the front, there's the 58 of Mojica there, the 4 also behind him. Going to be learning names here throughout the night as you see, oh, car spinning and a big wreck already in the front. This is going to be huge. The 10's involved. I saw Jeff Ryan sideways. The 58's also involved. Mojica, the 94, is also involved of J.C. Windsor. That escalated quickly. Jimmy Coleman also involved. He had to tow, it looks like. Look at the corner. Richard Beasley back there in the 10. See some damage on the Haviland car there. I believe it's a 28 right here in front of me. Doy Woods. Yep, sure is. The Mystery Machine's got some damage. Yikes! And of course, here on the big tracks, they have really quick cautions. So we're going to run through this wreck as quick as we can and show you what all just transpired here. Lap number 3, it looks like. Here we go for you. Oh, contact between the teammates, Dalton and Ryan. There are a ton of cars involved in this one. Let's bring it one more time here. I hit the wrong button. Let's go to a different cam here. I think we had some netcode maybe here too. No, there's contact. 19 drifts up into the 3. Going to hit the 54. 58's going to get turned. And it becomes carnage from there. The 07's going to get a piece of this. 38, the 4. We might be playing a good game of who did not get involved in this wreck. The 5 gets clobbered. Arnold goes right through him. Campbell going to get some right side damage. not what you're wanting to see as I look over. See the 04 going through. Fricknick going to get through. Also, you see Woods already with some heavy damage. The 35 is going to get a T-bone stake on the 58. I mean, this is pretty big. A lot of cars getting damage fixed. Let's go on board with Crumry here. Oh, he gets ran over. He's kind of checks up there. He's going to have some rear damage probably from this. All right, we're going to look at it again. This time, let's go on board with, let's go on board with Dory Woods. I mean, he got hit a couple times, but he made it through. That's pretty impressive. All right, one more look at it here because I think we're going to be coming to the green here in just a second. Look at that. There's a photo right there for everybody. I'll give everybody a second real quick. There's a photo up. Let's go to the 13 car of David Comstock and watch his view of this. Fortune's going to get a piece of the 5. Well, there you go. Caution is out as they're double file about to come back to the green here. I am counting right now as I see this 4 cars already behind the wall, including your series champion from the Super Speedway Series. Pedro Mojica's behind the wall. We've still got many cars on pit road and a whole bunch of calamities sitting back here getting their damage fixed. So, going to be a long night, unfortunately, for those drivers. As they get caught up to the field here, as the pace car going to bring them back to the green. One thing I should say about that 28 being involved, yesterday would have been the 61st birthday of the late great Davey Allison. So that we were hoping for a little better run for the 28. Unfortunately, not going to be meant to be. Tommy Ryan. I can count at least 2 occasions in my broadcasting life on iRacing I have called a Tommy Ryan victory at Daytona. So I'm not surprised he's sitting up here right now where Tyler Dalton and Trey Eidson and Mike Montesi, Kevin England, your top 5 as we go back racing lap 6. This field's a lot smaller now. I'm pretty sure we're going to see some unhappy drivers talking about this after the race. And look at this, 3 wide up the middle, or I should say falling back through the middle, the 99 of Ryan. As a 21 going to drop to the bottom, Mike Montesi. I'm sure that's something Tommy did not expect. I think we learned in that accident that you do not want to be pushing much, especially in the middle of a corner. Already some big movers in this race because of that big wreck. There's the 51 dropping to the bottom pretty aggressively there. Already, how about this? Kevin England up 27 spots to 7th. Chuck Sweeting up 28 spots to 8th. Randy Oakham, he started 40th. He's already 10th in this race from that big wreck. person at this caution did help out was John Muschin Jr., the 98 car. He had lost the draft at the beginning of the race. He's already up in the pack and actually just ran the fastest lap of the race. Maybe a little bit of irony there. See some damage to some of the rears of these cars. Donnie Leah there, the Supra. Had some rear end damage to him. Also the 21 with some rear end damage. Now again, the bonus points for stage racing will come into play again at lap 50. However, there will not be a caution for it. It's just a halfway point, and they keep racing from there, kind of like if you were to put the old Winston Cup series with a new school of racing. That's kind of what you get here. Remember, back in the day, the halfway you'd get the $10,000 I think from R.J. Reynolds. Oh, Donnie Lee is up in the outside wall. He's going to fall back 3 wide now. So is the 31 going backwards. As 21 finally clears himself. Gerald Livingston to pit road, unscheduled pit stop. On board with Yoakum here. Had some issues for Mark Creighton, it looks like, and also John Muschin Jr. There's Muschin off the pace here. All 98 with heavy damage to the Raging Cajun mobile. What happened to these two? Mark Creighton, the New England driver there, unfortunately out. The 20 car. Oh, wow. Add Kevin D. Brown to it. One more time, see if we can get a better angle of this. Had the 48 there ahead of him, the 84 also. Oh, something bad went wrong with the 20. That might be some kind of a part failure on his computer or something. Maybe a black screen or something. Unfortunate there, but we stay green. Glenn Campbell was involved in that wreck just a little bit ago. Here he is in the 13th position now. Behind the Best Buy Toyota. Kind of speeds are we seeing in the draft right now? How about 185 to 190 mile an hour? As I mentioned, a 25 race schedule this season. It was 34. They've shortened up some of the races. I think they took the road courses out. So you're going to see strictly oval racing, of course, next week if you look at the actual schedule. And you can pretty much figure out that we're going to Auto Club Speedway next week for the Xfinity Series. And, of course, Las Vegas the week after that. All 25 races here on the Captain Esports Network. As Kevin Brown is taking his car to pit road. That's what you'll see down there at the bottom in the pit stop word. Where you see all that, those are pit stops that are going on at the moment, cars that are on pit road. Now, those who have been there longer than 2 minutes, they will disappear off the screen eventually. So we still got all the 24 cars here in this lead pack right now. All the way back to Paul Crumry. Now, where is the champion from last season? There he is, the 39 car with heavy damage on both the front and the rear of that car. You see the 96 of Gerald Livingston giving him a good push, or trying to, with what's left of the modified. Daniel's going to need some help. There they are in a tri-oval, already a half lap back from this pack. And then you got these cars here that are kind of hanging out. Fricknick in the 00 here. Kind of hanging out in a spot that I like to do when I'm racing. Just kind of hang out back here. And even then, I still think if I was me, I'd be farther back a little bit. Richard Beasley bringing his unfortunately damaged number 10 Tidemobile off pit road. Big shout out to the Ford Entertainment Group. Of course, they are the sponsor of the series, the FEG Xfinity Series. They specialize in sim racing and sim flight gaming machines with over 3,500 PCs built for sim racers and sim flight pilots. All FEG PCs come with a front-to-back warranty on every part, as well as free labor. Everything is covered PC. That is the way to go right there. Appreciate Ford Entertainment Group for being a part of the Xfinity Series this season. It's their 4th year. A part of it, Jeff Ford and his group, the title sponsor of the series. We look up here, everybody pretty much staying calm for the most part. '55 car, Brandon Key, 3rd car outside lane, doing a good job so far. Then you got that 51. Oh, a little netcode contact with the 55 is going to hurt him. Yeah, now they're wrecking again. 44 goes spinning along with the 45, and I think he's going to hit somewhere over there in the infield. Caution is out. Is the 80 also involved? Campbell has lost the hood of his cars. We got the second caution out here, lap 18. And once again, just some weird contact going on. Donnie Leah involved also in the 07. Let's, there you see the contact. It kind of kicks off. Yeah, right there, a bump. Looks like the 42 maybe into the 44, and the 44 goes for a ride to the infield. I mean, it's over near. Wow. I mean, that is very Mark Martin-ish Talladega-like. Was it 97, I think it was, when he went through like 4 fences in the infield? Let's go on board with Campbell, who is not going to enjoy this ride. Oh, 55 checks up, and that's okay. He almost made turn 1 of the road course. That's pretty impressive. It's one of those things where they say in racing, a race car driver will find a spot that nobody thought that could ever be hit in a race. Somebody will find it, and that just happened to Glenn Campbell. There's the checkup. 42 gets into him, turns Donnie Lee up into 60 or the 56, and then 44 spins all the way over there. All right, let's go back live here. We got pit stops. Probably going to see fuel only on a lot of these cars, maybe some 2 tires. Race off pit road. That's going to be Tyler Dalton getting it, followed by Kean and Tommy Ryan. Brian Wertman. I am battling right now. Wertman is in the building. I have not talked to that man in a year. The only man that has, I feel, more knowledge than I do, and I don't have much knowledge, so you got a lot more than I do. So I am looking down at this field right now and some of the standings. We're already up to 25 cars that do not have any kind of major damage on them right now in this race. Yeah, I see Jeff Ryan here. He is a lap down in 32nd. And he's got a scraped up soda can right there. You got the 93 with no hood. Gerald Livingston, he's in 35th. He's got a modified. John Mustin Jr. with a hood missing. All these beaten up cars. Look at this. There's Pedro Mojica's car. His car's so damaged you can see the camber in it. A lot of these cars trying to get out without losing a lap. Splitter damage on the 28, it looks like. Gonna have a couple wave rounds, it looks like, as we'll come back to green this time by. Wrapping up the second caution here in the virtual Daytona International Speedway on iRacing. Hope everybody enjoyed their Sunday. Filled with racing, I must say, too. Check out this 45 car right here, Jared Edwards. Yes, that's the same Jared Edwards that was spinning to pit road in the heat race. Now running in the 4th position. That plane's coming in hot. The EJ O'Rourke there, the 41. He's got some nose damage. I think by the end of this race, we're going to have cars. We're going to have no cars without damage, I have a feeling. Cal Antonio, damage to the rear. And we're still 29 laps away from the halfway point. These guys will easily make it to that point now before we give away some stage points. But first, they got to come to the green flag. Right off the bat, you see a couple cars dive to the inside behind Tyler Dalton in that 19 car. Takes a little bit of time to get up to speed. How about Ledford? I just saw his car up there. Michael Ledford, the 12th position right now. There's a modified on the track. The unacceptable racing train up here at the front. One car diving out of line there. I think it's a 0-0. Meanwhile, Brandon Key going to drop it to the bottom. '84 there on the outside to 7 to 51 to 15. This is one of those nights where you got to find a way to survive to somehow win it. Three wide back there towards the back. There's Jeff Ryan. He's got himself back on the lead lap now after that damage. Donnie Leah there behind him also. Scott Simley. Funny story here about him in a 12 car. If those who are just maybe watching the broadcast for the first time here on the Captain Esports Network, Scott Simley one of the first drivers I ever had a chance to race against on iRacing, and this is going to be year number 10 for me on iRacing, believe it or not. 10 years. 2012 I showed up here, and yes, I was racing against that guy right there. So it's kind of gone full circle in 10 years, being able to broadcast a race for him now. In that 12 car. Oh, by the way, he's pretty good on these tracks, too. Look up front here, Anthony Calantoni, the 84 car trying to lead a lap. And Calantoni had some terrible luck during the Super Speedway Series. So far, he survived, and he's looking to go to the front here. And don't look now. Here comes the 39. Falkingham looking on the high side here. Oh, he's really going to go to the high side. 3 wide up top. Don't look down. I asked him during the pre-race show, I said, hey, can you balance it out being aggressive? Because he was one of the more aggressive drivers during the Super Speedway season. Heitzen trying to get the high side himself there. And look at the 51 pushing him back there. Fuller. As they go by the slow car, the 44, unfortunately, of Glenn Campbell going a lap down. Well, these guys doing a fantastic job now after having 2 wild wrecks really early. I say that as they're going 3 wide. I'm just going to shut my mouth now. 3 wide. Up to front. Tommy Ryan has found himself in the middle again. He's going to find a way to be singing that classic Stuck in the Middle with You song. As Eidson leads that lap. Randy Oakham trying to push the middle himself now. And unsurprisingly, 1 car drops out of the line and gets out of it. 2 cars dropping out of the line to get out. Eight laps complete. That 7 getting turned around a little bit almost there. You just see some of these bumpers do not match up at all. I mean, when you look at the rear of the Camaro and the front end of the Mustang and vice versa, you don't have the solid bumpers anymore, so you can't do the pushing you would expect here. Tommy and the 51 almost coming together. Paul Krumbrine, the 15, doing a fantastic job so far. Got through that big wreck almost unscathed. As we ride with Paul right here behind The 8 of Randy Yoakum. They go by a couple lap cars, Kevin Brown, and the 4 car also Bob Gillenwater. Again, I appreciate everybody watching tonight on the Captain Esports Network YouTube page. If you're watching for the first time tonight, hit that subscribe button. If you're not here for the first time, go tell some friends. Jimmy Coleman finally back on track 21 minutes later. Whoa, elevator move. One car stopped on the inside lane. Who's that down there? The 44 car is, I was going to say, if he's hanging out down there, he's going to produce another camera for me here soon. Heitzen up here in the front with Tommy Ryan. Justin Fuller, Brandon Key, Jay O'Rourke, Ron Holyfield, Tyler Dalton, Falkingham, Sweeting, and Yoakum, your top 10. 18 laps before the end of the stage racing, and what will be some bonus points to the top 10. Let's have a little fun here. I've learned now with the YouTube broadcasting, I can actually throw up a poll on chat. So for those in chat right now, got a poll question I'm going to post here for you really quickly. I think that's a fair question to ask. Poll question for everybody right there. Will they make it to halfway without wrecking? That would be 17 laps. Let's see what the voters say. If I get any voters. As the 51 of Fuller going to the front. Check back here on some of the other cars that are hanging out. Anthony Calantoni now back here, 16th position. How about that 38 NOS Energy Drink Camaro, Chad Coleman. Coleman, a really good super speedway racer himself, as he's hanging out there in the 18th position right now. Minding his P's and Q's. Single file line kind of forming down here on the bottom right now. Got about, what, 5 cars top side? The 42 back there, Scott Stenzel. The mellow yellow Camaro. The 55. Just rolling the bottom here. The 41 O'Rourke up there at the top. Eidson starting to bring the bottom side with him here as Fuller move back up to the top. And as quick as I said that the bottom was forming up, now the top is rejuvenated. So again, race 1 at 25 this season. Next week, Auto Club Speedway will be race number 2, and in Vegas, race 3. And Phoenix, race number 4 on this season. All 25 broadcast will be here on the Captain Esports Network throughout. Each and every Sunday night here at 8:45 Eastern Time. EJ in a 41 car. '57 down there at the bottom. How about Chuck Sweeting? That Gator Racing number 57 looking good. As they go by the lap car, the 93. Kevin Brown, unfortunately, not having the best of runs tonight. Laps from halfway. You see a lot of slower cars up ahead here as Beasley's going to be coming up on John Mustin Jr. Add the fact that he's blinking a little bit. That could be scary. Of course, this has been the treacherous area of the track where we've seen two almost netcode-like wrecks. Just about to hit the 100-mile mark already in this 250-mile round number 1 of the FEG Xfinity Series, race number 1. So as we complete lap 40, just looking over at some of the times here, a lot of cars pitting around lap number 19. Of course, that sets them up to make it to the 50-lap mark on fuel, but we do have some cars out there that have only pitted one time so far. It's going to be close for those guys to make it on fuel. Oh, here we go, wrecking in the back. Mike Kelly looks like going to be involved. Also the 00. Frickdenick's going to be in it. Looks like, who was that that just climbed in there? But the third caution is out. And for those, well, looks like nobody answered the vote. So, unfortunately, if you would have said the word no, you would have won the vote. The caution out for the third time. Looks like Cal and Tony maybe got a piece of it also. go back and look what transpired here. Marcus Frickenick in the 0-0. Oh, contact with the 2 of Kelly. 38 of Chad Coleman gets in it also. Nice. Oh, Calatoni almost made it through. I think the 42 got him. And the 48 getting in it also. Add John Fowler to the list. So more calamity, unfortunately, towards the back. And for those cars with damage, we'll be able to make it through here and get it fixed. All right. Oh, Calatoni almost had it cleared. So it looks like about 6 cars going to be involved. And that should open up pit road here. Will we have any takers? 7 laps before halfway. Looks like pretty much everyone. Yeah, I'm not seeing anybody staying out right now outside of those with damage. Race off pit road. Tyler Dalton going to get it. Let's talk to a driver, shall we? Talk to Tommy Ryan here in the 99 car. Tommy looks like going to be 5th off of pit road as they come back to join the pack and get one to go next time by. Tommy, obviously you've been up front most of the time here tonight. I know a lot of the super speedway season you kind of were trying different things and even tried out wrecking with your brother a few times during the season. But tonight you're doing a pretty good job in the 5th position so far. What have you noticed out there and what have you learned so far?
I learned I don't want to be in the back. Tires are really not wearing anything. The cars are pretty stable when you're pushing. They overheat pretty quick. Other than that, I'm just trying to keep this thing as close to the front as I can. I don't want to be back in the sewer is what I'll call it tonight. So yeah, we're gonna keep this thing clean, man. That's the plan.
So obviously pitting here at lap 42 sets it up to be a one-stopper the rest of the way here, but in 6 laps, you got bonus points coming. How do you adjust knowing that you got to get to lap 80 to get to that next pit stop, but at the same time know that there's some points hanging there for you?
Yeah, you got to fight like hell right here. I'm kind of glad I'm starting to here on the top. So I can control my destiny as long as I protect my line here and don't get caught up in it. But it's going to get a little crazy here because guys we'll start racing like there's 2 laps to go instead of halfway. So hang on.
Yeah, I heard that. At times you've been doing that already, but I know I got. What's up with the middle? Are you trying to middle a little bit there, or are you just putting yourself in a bad spot?
Well, no, I just kind of hung out there, but I knew as soon as I got somebody to my bumper, typically the middle will prevail here. And there's something funky with the arrow when you get close to the wall. It'll actually slow you down, like packs air, something.
Yeah,
so I don't
drag.
I stay away from the wall these days. So, but yeah, hang on, man. This is gonna get crazy right here, I think.
All right, man. Well, good luck here, and let's see what kind of stage points you get, buddy.
All right, man. Thanks a lot, dude.
Yes, sir. Tommy Ryan, who, believe it or not, actually, I got to give a little bit of credit to Tommy as soon as I can get him down to his channel here. Tommy, actually, I got to give credit to because he's the one that kind of got me over here with Sim500. So thanks, Tommy, for doing that. And he was like, "Hey, go talk to this guy." And I don't owe Tommy money or anything like that. But I'll give him some credit. All right, so we're going to have 5 laps to go. This might be a good time to do that survey. 5 laps to go as we get the green flag. Lap 45 in the stage. There will not be a caution at that stage, by the way. .55 getting the high side, rolling with Ryan there behind him. You saw the 8 of Yoakum jump up there. That's a teammate to Tommy. The 39 of Falkingham said he wanted to get himself in the right spot potentially for some points. There he is, 4th car, high side. As Brandon Key goes to the front in the 55. As a matter of fact, I look about Unacceptable Racing's looking really good right now. They got Ryan, they got Yoakum. I believe they got Dalton. They got Paul Crumry, I believe, is up there also. So Tommy said that as soon as they got to about 2 to go, he thinks it's going to pick up. So let's see if he's right. Single file about 6th place there, the 21 car of Mike Montesi, still up here fighting himself too. You got to be in it to win it. Appreciate the new viewers joining us tonight. As here we come to the 2 lap to go mark. As Tommy Ryan rolls the top side with the 80 Yoakum. He's had 19 getting a little loosey-goosey there through the corner. E.J. O'Rourke starting to get in here in the 41. Also the 1 starting to come in with Holyfield. Unfortunately going to go by the lap car. Jimmy Coleman there in the 54. As they'll come to the white flag, or what would be virtually the white flag. Final lap in the stage. Who's going to get stage points? 51 jumps to the top. Oh, here we go. The 8 into the 15. They get turned. And that's caution number 4. The champion from last season involved, Falkingham. I think Eitzen maybe got a piece. The 51 involved, the Fuller, the 21 with heavy damage. Unfortunately, the yellow is going to come out as the stage goes to Tommy Ryan. He'll get the 10 bonus points. Brandon Key, Tyler Dalton, E.J. O'Rourke, Mike Kelly, Chuck Sweeting. Callan Tony comes back to get bonus points. Michael Ledford in the modified gets bonus points. Randy Yoakum and Ron Holyfield. Well, let's see how this one broke out. Down the back straightaway. Oh, right there, the 8 gets turned by the 51, it looks like. Ouch, that's a lick. 04 also getting turned sideways. Doug Sigmund. Haven't said his name all night. Let's go on board. With the 51, as soon as I can click on the right buttons here. Here we go. Looks like Yoka maybe just kind of went up the track just a little bit, left a small gap for the 51, and the 51, I think with the momentum from the car behind him also wasn't able to get checked up quick enough to and made contact, it looks like. Kind of an interesting story. I sometimes will open up the personal side of me here a little bit. I was sitting there in the last lap. We had a lap car down in the inside, and I was like, oh, I should have went on board with the rear bumper of that car. And then coming this lap, I was looking up at the map, and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm going to go on board with a car. It wants to come down the backstretch, which, of course, they wrecked. But I want to go on board with this car, and I want to see how this is going to look. Just out of curiosity here, on board with Mojica as the field comes off turn 2. There's the wreck. All right, so it looked a little different. I didn't realize he was up to speed, but it works. As the sun starts to poke its eyes out. You know, when you're a one-man show like I am, I literally run everything right now on my screen. you try to come up with ideas to make the broadcast better. So we did have cars come to pit road. Looks like the top 4 have stayed out. And it looks like from Calantoni back, all came to pit road. And topped off the tank or took some tires there. I think another question we can ask is with those who just raced really hard for the stage, how do you calm yourself back down after what just took place out there and get back into a rhythm of just straight up racing? We'll get the green lap 52 complete, or 52 complete, coming to 53, 47 laps to go. And what has been a wild Ford Entertainment Group Xfinity Series opener here in the Sim500 series. We're just past halfway. I think this is a good opportunity for us to turn it up for the first time this season, shall we? On board with Ritter, riding in the 8th position right now. Tyler Dalton there behind him to his left, along with Mike Kelly and Eric Arnold in the 31. They go by Randy Oakham. Unfortunate to lap him. It's been Brandon Key and Tommy Ryan continuing the fight for the lead here. Eidson and Sweeting pushing the respective cars. The 12 of Scott Simley there on the high side. Donnie Leah back up to the 7th position there in the 07. Remember who won the Xfinity race in real life this weekend? Could be an omen, not to mention Donnie Leah, I believe, drove the 07 in the Truck Series. If I remember correctly, to that famous race in, hold on there, Brandon, Mansfield, Ohio a few years ago when he won the 3-wide finish. A lot of cars getting their damage fixed and being patient, letting the race kind of come to them. That includes this 80 car, the heat race winner, Ted Hutchinson. Once again, want to bring up Ford Entertainment Group, of course, the sponsor tonight of the FEG Xfinity Series. They specialize in sim racing and sim flight gaming machines. Over 3,500 PCs built for sim racers and sim flight pilots. All FEG PCs come with a front-to-back warranty on every part, as well as free labor. Everything is covered PC. And, of course, this season they are giving away to the driver who completes the most laps in the series a brand new Fanatec CSL direct drive wheel. So appreciate what they've done, and something different, because normally you see most series out there will either the person that wins the championship or wins this race or wins the most races or leads the most laps. Now you got to complete the most laps this season. You see the sun starting to set here. We could get the lights probably before the end of this Ford Entertainment Group Xfinity Series race that has 100 miles left. Mike Kelly in that 2 car seeing some damage there. The 13 also in this pack, that Monster Energy Camry at the bottom. David Comstock, he was involved in that big wreck early, and he has come back and gotten himself in contention. I do appreciate the viewers joining us tonight. If you enjoyed the broadcast and you're new to the channel, you can join us. I've actually had a few new views tonight, apparently, new subscribers. Already up, what, 7 tonight? That's awesome. Appreciate that. You see how these cars move around as they come up on a lap car. I believe it's Pedro Mojica there in the 84. Not the start he wanted to the season. And again, a big shout out to TrackCams 4 Gourmet online, trackcams22.com, and also on the iRacing forums and on Facebook. You can look them up, TrackCams 4 Gourmet, spelled just like the gourmet food you eat. Offer up what I feel is the closest thing you'll find camera-wise on iRacing. And they've given us permission to use their cameras for the broadcast, and we appreciate that very much. Sven, the gentleman who runs the Track Cam 4 Gourmet group, works on all these cameras himself. He does a ton. He just actually upgraded recently on road course cameras and has upgraded some of the newer tracks that they have on iRacing. Has added them to the list and stuff. So definitely a shout out to him for all the hard work he does. I've learned really quickly that putting cameras together on iRacing is not the easiest project in the world. It's almost like a full-time job. And what I do is just sit here and make sure everything goes smoothly and talk. So what he does compared to what I do, very, very hard. Good to see the 20 car back on track after his issues. It looked like gaming-wise had maybe a black screen issue or something like that. So a lot of these cars pitting between lap 43 and 52 with those two cautions. So obviously one stop likely still to go. If they do get another yellow, those cars that pitted at lap 51 and 52 might be able to save enough to get to the finish. Of course, there is the green-white checkers that come into play then. All the 12 car got himself stuck in the middle there. Donnie Lee on the top side. 51, they're going to push him. Well, there's a new name we haven't said really all night. Steve Ritter. Actually, we were on board with him a few minutes ago, but that's 16. Shout out to him, running in the 7th position right now, inside lane. And I believe we have issues for Beasley. Beasley off the pace. And this is never a good view. You see the 7 pushing the 99 out front, the 51, the 41 right there behind him. So Ryan back to the front. However, Eidson going to keep that high line rolling with Fuller. Oh, contact there. The 55 out of shape. Holyfield checks up too, and the 41 and the 80 gets turned. Hutchinson gets hit by Gerald Livingston. And that poor guy in the back of that car just got demolished. And caution's out for a 5th time. So once again, it looks like a chain reaction. Going to bring out the 5th caution. Let's see what happens. You see 55 checking up, letting everybody through. The 41 checks up to let him have room. And unfortunately, the 35 gets into the 80, who almost had it cleared. And unfortunately, Livingston, nowhere to go, clobbers him. Let's on board with Ted. He tried to get her going again, and then has just locked her down and almost kisses the wall. Does a good job staying off of it. So I think we're in the window to where we're going to see the final pit stops for the leaders here. And let's see who all comes to pit road. They all do. As expected. Daniel Falkingham is parked in Tyler Dalton's stall. Oh, you know what? I just thought about there. They're sharing stalls. Oh, and a 3-car overshoots. I just realized that the 39 and 19 are actually sharing stalls. That's why that is. Because there's only 40 stalls at the new Daytona course that they put in a couple seasons ago. And we had 43 start the race. So because of that, Tyler Dalton winning the race on pit road. What I want to do is talk to this guy right here in the 7 car who has looked pretty sporty here this evening. If I could find him in chat. Doesn't look like I can, so let's bring up Tyler Dalton. Why not? Let's get Tyler up here in the 19 car. Tyler obviously showing the skills with pit road tonight. Seems like every pit stop you guys are coming out in the lead, but 31 laps to go. You and Tommy and your boys have done a pretty good job of keeping yourselves up front. Can you do it for another 30 laps?
Oh, we'll see. Anything can happen at Daytona. I'm still not 100% sure what happened on that early wreck, but I think I came up a little bit. I heard there might have been a little bit of neck code, but that's definitely on my end there. So I feel bad for anyone that got taken out in that first big wreck.
There wasn't many cars. But either way, that was an awkward silence. Either way here tonight, you've done a great job with your teammates and stuff here. And, of course, now you have 30 laps to go. How big would it be to kick off the season with a win?
Oh, it'd always be great to start the season off with a win. You can't start it off much better than that. But long ways to go still. We'll see what we can do.
There you go. Tyler Dalton going to start P1 inside lane, it looks like. He's got the 41 out there next to him as we get ready to come to green. Appreciate your time, Tyler.
Thank you.
Unacceptable racing there up front. I tried to make him feel better with that comment, but it didn't work. There were a lot of cars involved. All right, so pretty sure for the most part here, everybody. Not sure what's going on with the 51 there. Pretty sure everybody has made their final pit stops of the night outside of cautions and something weird happening. Well, we're going to go back to green, 30 laps to go. Dalton O'Rourke, Calantoni up to 3rd, Falkingham 4th, and Fuller. Now your top 5. We still got some 27 cars on the lead lap as we come back to the green. 41, a little bit of nose damage there. I wonder how much that's going to play a role here. Having some blinking issues there at the bottom, but should be okay. I think that's only a caution issue. I noticed he wasn't blinking too much earlier. You see some of the pushing going on already. But that 42 car, Scott Stenzel there outside lane 6 car in line. Another modified in the race. And then back here, Chad Coleman to 38. His rear end was all torn up. Still kind of is. Rear spoilers, or your rear spoiler is supposed to be straight. That thing is hewed. As up front, Callan Tony has gone to the lead. Ran up front earlier, got involved in a wreck, and then has come back to the front. As I say that, E.J. O'Rourke topside with Falkingham pushing. The champ is back in the picture somehow after being involved in a wreck on the back straightaway earlier. Oh, a little door banging there. Oh. Everybody going around a lap car and using even the road course. It's the second time it's been used tonight. Nice job by the 55 to avoid that. And I don't think he ever lifted. You know what I just thought about? I just thought about the earlier accident with the 44 car going into the infield and hitting the turn 1 wall over the tire barriers. I could not help. Was it the 81 Daytona 500 with Jeff Bodine where he blows a motor or something goes wrong and he ends up climbing the hill over in turn 4, goes over, there wasn't a fence there at the time, so he goes over the berm and into the infield. I mean, it literally looks like in the video he's like out of control or something. As O'Rourke goes to the lead. As the anticipation starting to brew. As their 3 wind up the middle. Comes Dalton, comes Tommy Ryan. An unacceptable team going to work. Leaf guard number 16 looking pretty good on the bottom as Tommy Ryan goes to the front. O'Rourke had to check up there, looked like on the inside. Not sure if he got a little loose or something. .55 Brandon Key up there on that top side, kind of by himself. He's trying to get the 7 to go with him. 2 of the rare undamaged cars so far in this race. As Gillenwater's going to let the field go by, and Tommy Ryan's going to drop to the bottom and go for the lead here. There is a storm starting to brew. Now there is one component that could play a role in this race that we really haven't talked about. As 51's going to jump up top, leave himself the middle. Johnny Lee is going to take it, but it's going to come right here in turn 3 and 4. That piece of device right about there. Yeah, you saw it for a second. There it is, the sun. as they are 3 wide, 4 rows deep for the lead. You got E.J. O'Rourke at the bottom, Ryan in the middle, Fuller up top. You see the inside lane kind of getting pulled backwards a little bit, and not to mention both of them hit the apron there. It did not help things getting tight. Not only is it all about getting a win in the season opener, but when that season opener is at the World Center of Racing, it's a pretty big deal. I want to mention, I haven't had a chance to say anything about it tonight, but if you know somebody who is affected by celiac disease, you might notice in the race info page is the one's out of control there, catches it. In the race info page, you can actually get some information about celiac, or even if you'd like to donate to the Celiac Disease Foundation, you can help out those fighting a autoimmune disease that unfortunately affects what they eat, or even touch, believe it or not, or even smell, believe it or not. Can play a role, and you can help them out today. Check out celiac.org for details. .41 once again caught that apron, trying to keep that wheel tight off the corner with them being 3 wide above them. That 20 car doing a good job getting out of the way. He scared me for a second. I'm like, oh, he's getting loose. .50 laps to go. Here comes Coleman. He's starting to get into the picture in that 38 car back there. The 13's coming into the picture now. Time to go. The 2 Verizon teammates back there. The 12 and the 2, Assembly and Kelly back there also. Getting racy up front. You can see it starting to brew even more and more each lap. Outside line starting to prevail. Tommy Ryan going to get pushed out. As the 9 cars here are starting to kind of pull away a little bit here. You got to wonder if Coleman there in the 38, he'll be able to probably suck right back up to this pack with help. Randy Key has done a fantastic job in the 55 tonight. The only thing he lost was a little bit of track position during a pit stop, and that's why he's kind of stuck here in the 7th position right now 9th actually. He's going to take Falkingham top side here. Has he got help is the question. They're trying to make that high line work, but not able to do it. Well, maybe he is going to get it to work. For a split second there, he's trying to roll it. Well, once again, he sees the outside line rolling, and Tommy Ryan jumps up there with it to kind of protect it. Oh, look out, that's tight. I think the field thought Mojica might have been a little lower than expected there. As Tyler Dalton, Tommy Ryan, unacceptable racing, kind of holding up the field right now. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean, they're kind of holding the field on lockdown, leading this race. It's a unique strategy because it keeps other cars from leading. It pretty much puts the two teammates up front the whole time. Key's trying to make something happen up there on that top side. Problem is, every time that happens, he seems to break up the second groove, and now Donnie Lee is hung out. It's been a great race. Question, who goes to victory lane when it's over with? And look at this, Tyler Dalton jumps to the top side. Oh, look out! 51 makes a move and sticks Dalton in the middle. Problem is that top side can't get organized with people trying to go 3 wide, and it's killing their momentum. And you see they all got to get lined back up to get the momentum back. Problem here, as we look up ahead, there is a line of cars ahead of this field. That could play a role here. There you see the field right there. Looks like Gillen Waters is going to get him the top side. Oh, look at this move. Tommy Ryan puts Fuller in the... Oh, that was almost close. Oh, that's tight. That might have been a little payback for what happened to his teammate there when Fuller stuck him 3 wide to the outside to his teammate Dalton. He tried to stick Fuller up there behind the lap cars. Oh, 15 out of shape. Everybody's okay, it looks like. Ten to go. Now you're at the point of the race where you got what you got. You go and get what you can get. Top side, Key there trying everything he can to get up to the front. Got the 51, the 19, the 7, the 07. All those guys there in the middle, we'll call it the second groove. Chad Coleman now bottom side, fourth car in line. He's trying to get in here and win this thing. Key up against the wall a little bit to 55. It's one of those races where I keep calling it action, but there's a part of me, it's like that fan that's just watching now. I am literally using my eyes and going back and forth through the field to see anything. 3 wide up the middle. I think Dalton's trying to put Fuller there again, but they are going to get Key up there. This time, though, a lot more cars in the middle. Oh, Dalton put himself in a spot to 7 with contact. And there they go. 1 car over to 16 involved. The 12 is backwards, 57, 42. Falkingham's involved. And more cars still spinning. Scott Simley getting a part of it also. I think the 7 tried to go 3 wide in the middle there. There was a lane at first. But unfortunately, it closed up really quickly. And we have our 6th caution out. Let's see how this all transpires. There's the contact. Donnie Leah gets involved also to 13. Over goes to 39. The 80 gets a small piece of it maybe. Oh, look out. Oh, no. Laid in on a 35 there for the 12. All right, we're going to go on board with the champ, who unfortunately goes for a ride you never want to go for. And the one driver, now I feel bad for all the drivers, but the one I'm really going to feel bad for, let me find his number real quickly. We'll go on board with him. Michael Ledford here to 35. He is way back here. Trouble's going to happen up ahead. He's going to be out of the wreck. Everything's good. Stop the car, all you can do, really, in this case. Put it in gear, let it roll now. Everything is good. Until, oh, wait a minute. Oh, no. I think an opportunity to talk to somebody who I've actually never mind, he's not in here either. Looking through Discord, see anybody I can talk to. We're just going to let him focus here because this is going to be pretty big here. Coming to 5 laps to go. In what has been a wild 250-mile race here. 6 cautions. Numerous lead changes. In this Ford Entertainment Group Xfinity Series, round number 1 of 25 next week. Auto Club Speedway, Sunday night, 8:45 Eastern. '51 of Fuller there, 4th position. Chad Coleman up to 5th. Tyler Dalton. Brandon Key there in 7th. Donnie Leah. Ron Holyfield, Mike Kelly now your top 10. Almost every car in the field except a couple have been involved in accidents tonight. And when I say a couple, I use that word lightly. And we'll come to the green flag with hopefully 4 green flag laps to go. As pace car pulls in. And here we go, back to green, 4 to go. Oh no, already spinning. Mike Kelly gets turned around. And that's going to launch a green-white checker finish. The 2, unfortunately, off the pace and going to be towing back to pit road. As some will say in these days, that escalated quickly. Let's see what transpired. See, the 2 gets turned sideways there. Let's see if it was just tire spin or was it contact here. You see he's the 5th car in left lane. He's got the 127 of Kevin England there behind him. Something goes wrong because you can see him slowing up. Gets turned into the 80. And back up the track into, I can't see who that is with the glare, 93 of Kevin Brown. Unfortunately, the 16, the 13, the 4. Well, let's see. Very odd looking. Can't help but wonder, did something go wrong with the 2 stuff? He had trouble shifting, it sounds like. Unfortunate deal there. So because of that, we have our first green-white checker. So as I'm looking at some of the numbers, And, of course, I just got to verify that this is all correct, though, on the Sim Racer Hub website, which is what the Sim500 series uses for points and stats and things like that. If Tommy Ryan able to win this race, it'll be his 4th career win here in this Xfinity Series. In his 57th start. Already got his 10th pole tonight in the series. I'm going to go ahead and do this. Let's get Tommy up here with me again. Seems like we're going to talk a few times tonight, maybe, Tommy. But, man, we've already talked once. We're going to talk a second time here. Do you have what it takes to hold off these guys?
Well, you've got to answer a question for me. Does the 84 have any damage?
About as much as everybody else in this race does.
Oh, I was trying to figure out which lane I probably need to get into.
Wait a minute, are you taking advantage of me?
Absolutely.
Here, let's make this exciting. Take the middle.
That was kind of my plan. The 41 and the 51 are teammates, and I know that he's going to be pushing the poop out of him. So Fuller wasn't very happy when I tried to pin him up top, but I gave him some room to come back down. But yeah, this is going to be crazy.
Hey, I'll put it like this. I'm evaluating both of your cars on screen right now. You have damage in the same exact spots.
Really? I didn't think I had any.
Yes, you both look like you've backed into telephone poles.
Oh, that's odd. Okay. I don't remember getting hit, but that's okay.
There you go, man. Well, hey, good luck. Yeah, you got maybe 2 laps to go.
All right, man. Thanks a lot.
Yes, sir. Tommy Ryan running in the lead there. I can click the right buttons. There we go. And if you guys think I'm wrong, look on the stream here. You see the 99. No damage on the car until you get to the rear. 84, no damage until you get to the rear. Same exact spots. And he didn't even know he had rear end damage. All right, so if you've never seen a green-white checker finish in the last, 15 years, it's the same in iRacing as it is in NASCAR. You take the green, we get back to the white, then the race is over at that point. If we get to the yellow, well, we do it again. As here we go. Pace car is in. Who is going to win this thing? 2 laps to go. Tony trying to push the 99 of Ryan. The 51 pushing his teammate in the 41. Tyler Dalton there in the 5th position trying to push both those guys. And, of course, they got to get to the finish, too. And once again, Tommy Ryan stuck in the middle. Oh, Tyler Dalton into the 84. Now they're wrecking. And we're going to do it again. Randy Oakham involved also. Do we have to question fuel now? Well, let's see what happened. You see 84 just kind of clips the apron there, gets loose, and then the 19 gets into the 55 to 07. Oh, it's a T-bone for his teammate. Watch this transpire again. You see the 84 is down on the apron right there. He de-wedges the car and sends it sideways. And, of course, the 19's pushing at that moment, so really you can't check up. There's a 38 getting into the back there. And he's going to get collected there by the 55 who gets the 07. '28, 127 get collected there, and there's the 3 getting contact. And unfortunately, Randy Yoakum comes in here and glues the 19. Bam. So unfortunate way to finish the race if you're Tyler Dalton, who started on the pole. As the 8th caution has come out, now EJ O'Rourke up front. Let's talk to EJ and see if he's got something here. Actually, EJ is not, I don't think, in a channel in here, unfortunately, again. That is okay. I tried. So we have the front 4 shuffled up a little bit. And then you got Coleman in the 38. And then you got the modified of Holyfield. Somehow is still in the 6th position with a complete nose missing. And Donnie Leah, he's got a complete nose missing. And the 55's got a complete nose missing. These cars are going to be leaving here and heading down to New Smyrna 10 minutes away. All right, here we go. 1 lap to go this time by. And is the 2nd green-white checker attempt. And, oh, by the way, the final green-white checker attempt. So we wreck here. It's over. The 41 and 51 have done a great job to get up front and hold on up there. Of course, the 41, a little bit of damage being involved in a wreck earlier. And the 51 has kept his car clean for the most part here. Question is, can they bring it home? Or will it be Calantoni? Will it be Tommy Ryan, Chad Coleman? Or somebody else? Or will they wreck again? Here we go. Pace car is in. Final attempt, green-white checker, number 2. Good start for O'Rourke. Tommy Ryan pushing Fuller on the high side here. The 07, unfortunately, I think is down on speed. We got 2 modifieds being pushed back there. That's funny, in a way. At the same time, people are probably angry right now. Holy cow, it's a gaggle. Can they make it to the white flag? They're trying to make it. Yeah, they're going to make it. White flag, final lap. Looks like a 6-horse race. Oh, now they're wrecking back there. 45 to 15. A couple others and more wrecking going on. Back here, the 41 and the 84 down single file. Tommy Ryan to the high side of Fuller. Can O'Rourke hold off the 84 Calantoni? Will he even make a move? Here they come straight away. Calantoni moved to the high side. E.J. O'Rourke has won in Daytona. For O'Rourke, his third career win in the FEG Xfinity Series. And he's going to the grass. Burning it down. And for O'Rourke, his last and only 2 wins in this series history came back in the 2020 season. Ironically, both of them in Daytona. One on the oval, one on the road course. He's now 3 wins strong at Daytona. As we look at the final results, and boom goes the dynamite. That is the qualifying lineup. Let's do that again. Here we go. O'Rourke, your winner. Calantoni second. Chad Coleman third. Ron Holyfield and Justin Fuller ends up fifth. Tommy Ryan sixth. Josh Adams seventh. Doug Sigmund eighth. Doy Woods, Chuck Sweeting, your top 10. Scott Stenzel finishing 11th. Eric Arnold 12th. Kevin England 13th. Brandon Key 14th. Trey Edson, finishing in the 15th position. Jeff Ryan 16th. 17th going to Steve Ritter. Donnie Leah 18th. Ted Hutchinson finishing 19th. And David Comstock 20th. 21st, Jarrett Edwards 22nd to Daniel Falkingham. 23rd, Charles Woods. 24th, Tyler Dalton. 25th, Paul Crumride. 26th to Kevin Brown. 27th, John Mustin Jr. 28th to Randy Oakham. 29th, Mike Kelly. 30th to Scott Simley. 31st, Michael Ledford. 32nd, Gerald Livingston. 33rd to Mark Creighton. 34th to Pedro Mojica. 35th to Richard Beasley. 36th, Bob Gillenwater. 37th to Mike Montesi. 38th, Jimmy Coleman. 39th, Marcus Frichtenick. Also 40th to John Fowler. 41st, Glenn Campbell. 42nd, Chris Jabot. And 43rd, J.C. Windsor, completing the full field of drivers in this race. There is your winner sitting there. As we go to talk to him here in just a moment. But first, we're going to talk to the other finishers of the top 3 as they're up here in the waiting room. Let's talk to our third place finisher, Chad Coleman, who sat back kind of riding a little bit, got some damage in the middle part of that race, but able to fight back and get yourself a third place finish. Nice job, sir.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. That that was tough. We just started the race off wanting to ride. A lot of new people in here, don't know much about them. And we got wrecked while riding and had like a minute 50. We got it fixed, got in line, and missed the rest of it and ended up third.
Yeah, I was going to say the racing got kind of wild. You got up there with about 30 laps to go. It seemed like people tried to make the top work, tried to make the middle work, and it just seemed like patience was almost the way to go, even though it seemed like you couldn't be patient at that point.
No, you really couldn't. There were so many damaged cars right there at the end. It was really hard to build any energy in either lane. I think that's really what played a role in the last lap or two. I know me and Cal and Tony both were damaged. I could barely get to his bumper. So if he made a move on EJ, he was on his own, and then I was going to look for a line for myself.
Well, still great racing and a great comeback for you to get back in a third-place run kick. Good kickoff for the season for the 38 car.
Yeah, that went a lot better than I expected, where we were sitting around halfway.
Well, great job on your part, man. Congratulations. Shout out to whoever you like to.
Yeah, thanks, man. First off, got to thank everybody at Sim500, all the admins from this series. As of right now, I think it's Jimmy and Tyler, maybe. And sorry for that, and thank Joey for putting this thing together. This thing is huge right now, and got to thank Trey for painting this car. He painted it last year. It looked good. I figured I'd drive it again. And of course, thank you. You're a pretty damn good one-man band.
I try. Hey, you're a good one-man band too, by the way, in that car.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
I gotta tell EJ too. Congrats to EJ.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
We all give EJ hell, but he done good today.
I have another name that I could call him, but I've said I will never say it on the air, so that's all I'm going to leave it at that. So, great job on EJ's part. Great job on your part, finishing third.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Hey, you too, buddy. Finishing in the third spot, Chad Coleman there. Let's talk to our second place finisher. This is a driver I've never had a chance to talk to, and I've watched him race multiple times because, he's been in the Super Speedway Series multiple times, and this is easily the best finish I've seen him have during the time here. But Anthony Calantoni, congratulations, man. Obviously, all the wrecks you were involved in during the Super Speedway Series, this has got to be a win.
Absolutely, Chris. The Super Speedway Series started off okay, and then, like you said, it kind of fell off. But this was a good race. Got in some trouble today, and just had to fight back. I chilled out for a little bit and got up there.
Was there anything you could have done with the lead? I know you had some damage on your car. Was there anything you might have been able to do with EJ, or did you need another lap?
The damage really wasn't affecting it too bad. I was waiting. I was trying to time it out, but I waited too long, and Chad probably would have went to my outside or tried to fit under EJ. So I just sucked it up, took the second place, and we'll move on.
Well, still, that's something to be proud of, obviously, as you kick off the season with a second-place run. Obviously, a good momentum kicker to go to Auto Club Speedway next week, and your chance to shout out however you like to, bud.
Yeah, I'd like to shout out to Jersey Cigar Lounge for the sponsorship, Dirty Monkey Motorsports. I'll shout out to my pal, pushing my pal EJ to the win. And I guess I'll say I'm looking forward to Auto Club. It's one of my worst tracks. I feel like they could fill that thing and make it a pond, but we'll try. We'll try next week.
I think a few people said that about Darlington too. But anyways, either way, hey, they tried to make it a half-mile oval. It looks like that's fallen through too. So unfortunately, you're 0 for 2. It looks like. Still, great job, Anthony.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you for what you guys do too for the broadcast.
Absolutely, man. Anthony Calantoni, second place run for him, but behind the winner tonight, who picks up, if the stats read correctly, his third career win in the FEG Xfinity Series tonight. And EJ, and something weird about this, they're all at Daytona.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I can't believe I didn't think we are going to win this race, especially after getting nailed a couple times. But this fair Marisha's wrecking, personal comfort, Chevrolet was fast.
Yeah, it was definitely some work for you. Obviously, you had a teammate, I guess, up there with you in the with the 51 car helping you out tonight. But obviously, you were in that wreck early, but you were able to get that damage fixed and just find your way up through the field.
Yeah, I mean, he's a teammate, but I know he's not going to be a teammate with 2 to go.
Nobody is.
He wants to beat me as bad as I want to beat him. So it ended up working out somehow. It was pretty crazy.
Well, we'll talk about the momentum here to kick off the season, going to victory lane and doing it here in Daytona.
Yeah, well, if you look back at the stat book, like you mentioned, it looks like a night can only win at Daytona. So I guess we're good for the year now. We'll have a set sail in the rest of the season, and we'll get the one W in the column.
No, you'll get two. There's second race at Daytona later.
Oh yeah, I guess maybe we'll get two. That'll be about it.
Well, still, man, great job tonight. I know it was wild. How was the racing out there in your view?
Yeah, this thing was pretty slick trying to turn down into the corner, especially to the drivable. Yeah, the rear end kind of was a little wonky there, and especially for the first half of the race, I was kind of nervous and trying to yank in other people because I almost spun it out a couple times, but it was pretty wild for a while.
Well, great job on your part, man. Congratulations. Go enjoy the win, and shout out to whoever you like to.
Thank you, Chris. Well, I got to thank you for broadcasting. I appreciate everyone here at Captain Esports for doing this, and it's pretty cool to win. It doesn't happen that often, especially in the Xfinity car. That's pretty cool. I got to thank Gary Mercer Trucking. I got to thank Scott Stencil and everyone at Personal Comfort. Appreciate them jumping on board. We'll have a paint scheme here soon, hopefully. And all my teammates and Trey for painting a awesome, cool-looking car. Everyone here at the Papa's Hardware Chevrolet team. And we'll go look at whatever next week is.
Auto Club.
Auto Club. We'll go for 2 in a row.
There you go, buddy. Nice job. Congratulations. Go celebrate.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. E.J. O'Rourke, winner here in Daytona. Again, win number 3, and some might call him Mr. Daytona now, apparently. Just the way it goes. What a great race, man. That was definitely entertaining. Had a lot of drama, of course. There's going to be some unhappy drivers, but it's Daytona. That's what you're going to get when it comes to the opening race here of the Sim500 Ford Entertainment Group Xfinity Series virtually here on iRacing. And that's just one of 25 you're going to see here on the Captain Esports Network, and we're looking forward to more fun coming up next week at the Auto Club Speedway. We go West Coast tripping. Should be fun. We'll see you next week at about 8:45 or so. We'll go on the air and be ready to rock. So, again, congratulations to all the drivers involved, to the league, of course, Sim500 for putting together a fun series. Looks like here in this Xfinity Series, all the admins and all the drivers, all the viewers for watching tonight, definitely very fun to be a part of. So looking forward to what is coming in the future. And as always, we check off by saying, well, this isn't just a game, it's iRacing. See ya!